Are we live? Are we live? We are live. Hey, what's going on, fellas? This is Brian, aka Uncle B. This is Goodwood University office hours. And we're going to be getting into it today. We got an interesting topic. We're going to be talking about how to last longer. We talk about how to have sex all night long. This goes along with premature ejaculation to a point. But we're going to go above just the premature ejaculation conversation. And we're having this conversation because someone was in the comment section yesterday while we were talking and mentioned that. And it was like, this is what we do. This is what office hours is all about. It's about getting the information you need so you can be a better sexual performance athlete. Yeah, that's what we call you around here. Sexual performance athlete. And just a couple of quick things. Yeah, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit me up in the comment section. Let me know where you're representing. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. This is YouTube. You've been on here before. You know what to do. We just want to make sure you have all the right information and that you're getting it in. Whenever you're ready to enjoy making love, you know exactly what to do, how to do it, and everything's working properly. So, what's going on with you, Jay Paul? I tell you what it do. It does very well. It does very well. I actually have a my smoothie with me. I'm all into just sucking in as much energy as possible, and then later on expelling that energy in a fun way. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to be talking about a bunch of different things, mainly just talking about lasting longer, all the methods that you can use. What's going on, Keith? Virginia is in the house. See, hey, good to see you again, brother. Jacksonville, Florida is in here. Uh, J. Paul is Goodwood. Well, I'm not sure what they mean, but yes, Goodwood. uh, he's talking about what we do around here. This is Goodwood University. If you want to find out more, you can go to givegoodwood.com to find out about the products that we have that's going to help you with your sexual health. Uh-huh. Oh, how's it different than African Fly? Goodwood and African Fly are the same product. We just did a name change to better reflect what the product is. African Fly was a play off of Spanish Fly. Um, which actually used to be was a crushed beetle that if you ingested it, it would cause irritation to your urethra or death. So we don't use that anymore. We went with Goodwood because all the herbs in there are the herbs from trees. Yohimbe is a bark, cinnamon's a bark, Damiana leaves. We have it's a tree. So it's the herbs from trees that give you good wood. There we go. Hmm. Hey, what's going on, Robin? I am doing well. How are you doing, man? All right, let's get into it. So, if you're looking to last long in bed, enjoy sex without worrying about it, have your come when you want to, ejaculate when you want to, all that good stuff. That's what we're going to talk about. Because there's a couple of quite a few things you need to understand, especially what we're going to talk about is positioning. Where you position, hung. I'm sorry, hand and tongue kung fu. Yeah, that's right. We're going to talk about a technique called priming the pump, and we're going to talk about the breakout technique. All of these techniques lead you to lasting longer. And the monk level, this is the Jedi level. That's when you're actually at the point where you can have an orgasm without ejaculating. Yes, that is a true thing. You should be able to do it. Yeah. I don't pause it. J. Paul. Be- Death, no thanks. Nah, that's why we took off that the Spanish fly part of it. So, but yeah, for those guys who just hopping on, this is Brian. This is Goodwood University office hours. We would talk about sexual health and everything you need to know. There is a comment section there for you to hop in, ask questions, and we'll get to you. All right, so let's go. So before I've talked about the basics of lasting longer, there are four different stages to an erection, and the last stage is called heat. And that is, you can actually, the woman is actually making more sounds and she's more alive because you actually get larger in that fourth stage and heat is emanating from it. And that's why they call it the fourth stage heat. The longer you can last in the fourth stage, the more enjoyable it is. That's the part where you're hitting that monk level of your you're at the point where you should be ejaculating, you just have an orgasm or orgasm without ejaculating, which means you can go for a longer period of time. And this is different from just premature ejaculation. These techniques are, slightly separate. You're trying to last longer. This will actually help with premature ejaculation as well. Um, this is for the guys who want to last as long as possible, but it doesn't work out like that. And also, the other thing to remember is that the average amount of time they did surveys, few thousand people, where they were, just trying to find out how long they were having intercourse, and it was, of course, 5 minutes. That's it. So if you already doing 15, 20, hey, more power to you. If you want to last that long, then yes, you need to listen to these. And yeah, we're going to talk about everything you need to do. The idea is not to compare yourself to a porn actor. That's not your chosen field. You know, thankfully for you. So don't compare yourself to those people. It's like trying to compare yourself to Steph Curry. You just chucking up shots. No, no, no. You're not a professional like that. But you can be. If you're a sexual performance athlete, like we talk about around here, then you can get to the next level. So when we talk about the fourth stage of erection, that's where ejaculation is imminent. That's the part where you need to understand how to control that. So here's some basics to understand. The basics are increasing your testosterone so you can last longer. I mean, that's the reason why we have products like Goodwood, Goodwood Advanced. That's because that's what they do. They increase your testosterone, and part of that process is to help you last longer. There are other things you can do, like high intensity interval training. Of course, that intensity part makes the most sense. You get your exercise in, you actually build up your full cardiovascular stamina. That's also needed. You can also use masturbation for control, to learn how to control when you hit that fourth stage and be able to edge it back. That's what they call edging. And the idea is two things. One, don't do it to porn. Do not do this to porn. Just use your imagination, go back in your memory. And the other thing, because that causes a separate set of issues. And the other thing is, do not ejaculate. Yeah, that's the whole thing, is to hold on. You have to pay attention to your breath. Breath control is important. A lot of times we get into it and you don't think, breathing you do every day normally, but you need to pay attention to your breath to prevent you from stressing out. Because if you think about it, when do you lose control? When you don't have as much breath going on. And the other thing is, of course, to relax. You can't be tense. You can't be, we're going to enjoy this. That's too much. It's too much. Relax, bruh. And commit to it. I mean, when you're making love, commit to being in the act, your mind being there. That's one of the most important things, because we have so many distractions. As guys, we stress and we compartmentalize things. And if you have something that's sitting in the back of your man, if I don't get that car payment in, they're gonna come and take the car. Yeah, baby, you ready to make love right now? Yeah, yeah, no, it's not gonna work out like that. You need to be relaxed and just into that moment. If it takes work beforehand to do that, then do that. Hey, what's going on, Kareem? Vegas in the house, without a doubt. Mr. Smith. All right, let's talk about positions. So mastering positions, you need to understand your positions. This is different for everybody. For everybody, I mean, you have a preference, she has a preference. Really, the goal is to experiment to see what position works for you that doesn't get you overly aroused. So, there's some things it's like, I'm not even gonna go into my own personal business, but there's some positions it's like, okay, it's going to happen too fast. Other positions you can take your time, so you need to think that through, practice that. It's a good thing to practice. And also at the same time, if you're doing the same positions over and over again, you're missing out on a lot. I call it high school sex. It's like that sex you figured out in high school, and you just didn't graduate from high school sex. You're just doing the same thing over and over, and just this position, then that position, then this position. Everybody's bored. And you're not finding out what positions will help you last longer. And just to get into fun things, there are different games. There are apps for this. It's apps that show you what positions that you can get into. They have cards, they have dice games, all these different things to make it fun. so you can have fun while controlling yourself while lasting longer. And we always talk about um what's the word I'm looking for? Foreplay. There we go. We're always talking about foreplay. Hey, what's on? Kareem? Yeah. Um, always talking about foreplay and hand and tongue kung fu. What all that stuff. Um, so we're talking about why you're uh beforehand, before you get into things, you can use your hands. This is a anywhere touching loving machines you got right here. Just go ahead and start using those, and you use your tongue. I mean, we're talking about skin to skin activity. The vast majority of people don't get enough physical contact anymore. For a lot of guys, the only time you're touching another human, you're dapping up your boy. Yeah, what's up? You got a shoulder in between the hug, all of that stuff. And with the women, your mom, you may be able to hug your sister. After that, you ain't touching anybody else. So you need to get that activity so you can last longer. Um, and the whole idea is also, well, let's just go ahead and get into the next one. This one is really important. It's called priming the pump. Priming the pump is a technique where basically you're taking a slow time to get things going. A lot of times we hop in, we just, oh yeah, let's go for it. And she's encouraged you to just go for it. You need to take control, sir. You, sir, take control of that situation and prime the pump. You're moving slow. You're moving slow. This is for her. It's for you and for her. One, it allows you to just relax. It allows you to relax and enjoy it. The other thing is you're building sexual tension. That's the main thing. If you're trying to have stronger orgasms, whether it's she's having stronger multiple orgasms or you having stronger multiple orgasms. And yes, men can have multiple orgasms. You just can't ejaculate. Monk level, Jedi level. So yeah, just get yourself into a position that you enjoy. Take your time. Don't be in a rush. And of course, we have the breakout technique, which is basically take a break. If you're making love, one of the things people think is that it's all the way a race to the end, that you have to ejaculate. It's like, hey, you can actually just go ahead and take a break, in between switching positions. Just catch your breath. uh if you're going for it, you need to catch your breath anyway, cool off all the stuff. It's supposed to be comfortable, it's supposed to be enjoyable. And so if you're just focused on just, I have to have an ejaculation, and for some women that's part of their goal is to get you to ejaculate. So they may not feel like you have to explain to them, like, hey, I'm just taking a break. Don't worry, you're going to get back to it. um and one of the things to think about, this is just a thought process. Imagine before condoms that every time you had sex, you got the woman pregnant. That's not that's not the way this is supposed to work. You should be able to have sex and take a break. You can have sex and not ejaculate at all and enjoy the experience. And that actually, this is an interesting thing. So as a male, you make you make 1,500 sperms a second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6,000 right there. That's how many sperm you make a second over a period of I think it's 60 days spermogenesis, that you will develop 8 billion sperm cells. 8 billion. So you have a lot of power down there. You have a lot of you're creating sperm all the way up until your 70s, depends on how you take care of yourself. So you don't have to ejaculate every time. You can take your time. Sex is meant to be enjoyed, not a race. And so just when you feel the need, just go ahead, stop. And like I said, it isn't something that you have to do. You don't have to have, or you don't have to ejaculate every time. You want to have an orgasm every time, go for it. And eating and drinking, just having my camera. All right. Eating and drinking is something that you don't want to do in between that break. Um, so yeah, that's the Hmm. No protein shake in the middle. No protein shake in the middle. Maybe an energy. Nah, no protein shake. No, 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 no. You don't want to throw your body off balance. As soon as you eat something, your body has to take care of that. It's not focusing in on having sex. So, um, yep, yep, yep. So there we go. There we go. Kareem was like, some brothers keep going. Yeah, Yeah. And actually, I do want to talk, speak on that real quick, real quick. And that is one of the things that I'm getting into now. I have to apologize. I'm going to do a full apology sometime soon in a video because I'm learning. I'm learning like everybody else. And the thing that I learned was that for me, having access to Goodwood, formerly known as African Fly, now known as Goodwood and Goodwood Advanced, I was just into this particular herb. I was just into it's 8 different herbs in there, of them that 9 herbs now. I got into and it was like, oh, this is great. This is the best formula ever. Been using it for years, taking more of it than anybody on the planet. Wonderful. And then came across other companies and other people just having conversations. People will say, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? Came across a client who was like, he was doing everything right. Things still weren't working for him. And I asked him about his supplementation game, and he had none. He wasn't taking Goodwood, Goodwood Advanced. He wasn't taking anything. I was like, okay, well, you need to do that. And he said, "Well, how many should I take?" And I was like, "Well, you can start with Goodwood, and, maybe build from there." He's like, "What if I take everything?" I was like, "What happened if you took everything?" I'm not sure. Well, so I decided to take everything. So I've been in the process of taking Goodwood Advance, Juan Paro, Wanarpo, Macho, Black Maca, Ashwagandha, um, even taking cacao. Um, taking some what do you call those things? Yeah, I mean that along with the constantly eating energy. So I got the spinach, kale, all of the different things. I'm already into that side of it. But once I was doing all this stuff before, but once I added in all of these different herbs, complete game changer. Uh, I mean, good wood will get you to where you need to go. These adding in everything extra, and Um, here's the reason why I think it makes that difference. So we don't question. I was questioning. I was questioning taking a whole bunch of different herbs because I always say don't go on a GNC binge. But with these, what I was looking at was taking powders, not even the capsules. I prefer the powders. That way it gets into my system. When you're taking, I don't take any pills. When I take herbal capsules, the powders in the capsule, when you take it, it gets into your stomach and then dissipates. When you're taking the powders, you can mix it into your smoothies. And it'll so it has a better ability to get into your system. So I've been doing that, and the results are incredible. I'll be posting about that. But yeah, there's also nitric oxide pills. Yep. um what do I have? Ginger tea every morning. Hot ginger tea. Ginger increases your circulation. Um, when you have pine nuts, pumpkin seeds, all of these things give you energy, and you're adding the supplements into it. It's a completely different game changer. I'll go into detail during that video, but it is insane. If you go to givegoodwood.com, we have the different products there. I highly suggest you go there. Right there down at the bottom, we have the coupon code and all that good stuff for you. So go ahead, hit me up in the comment section if you have any questions. If you're just joining us, this is Goodwood University Office Hours. My name is Brian, Coach Brian to some, Uncle B to others. And this is what we do. We talk about sexual health. Um, we talk about sexual health and the different things you can do to get on top of your game. Oh, watch out now. Yeah. Watch out now. I have a victim. I mean, a nice young lady's coming by tomorrow. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. um, but but yeah. So that's the thing, guys. If you want to prevent premature ejaculation, if you want to last longer, really, it's all about getting into these different techniques. Understanding that to last longer is really in the preparation up front, your understanding of what's going on. Get your foreplay in, so you get your own testosterone up, so you're feeling better. Um, you know, uh, um, in terms of during the while you're into it, priming the pump, doing the different things that are necessary to get to a point where everything is just working for you. The sex is that much better because you're lasting longer. It's not boring because you're able to switch positions without losing an erection. And at any point you need to go ahead and take that break. That's necessary for you. Get that in. And of course, like I said, you got these tools right here. Go ahead and use your hands, lay hands. Lay hands, show them how good it can be. So that caressing, that stroking, you want to be able to do all of that. So yeah, guys. Unless you got any questions, that'll do it for us, man. People are hitting me up. Yeah, they got some questions on their phones for me. Well, maybe that's her. But yeah, that will do it, guys. So yeah, we will be back here tomorrow with another banger. I don't have the topic off the top of my head right now, but we always come with something. If you have anything that you want me to talk about, sexual health, if you're concerned about masturbation, you're trying to figure out how to get better in bed, how to last longer, how to get stronger erections, what foods you need to eat, all of those different things, that's what we're here for. Hmm. Hmm. All right. That's why I like doing this, man. We always learn from each other. Uh-huh. All right. So Corey is talking about the chocolate smoothies. Sexy chocolate. Sexy chocolate. The smoothie that we talked about before. Can I substitute blue agave for honey? Also, can I drink it every day? Well, couple of things right quick. The blue agave, that's fine. I think that's fine. Can I drink it every day? That's really a question of where are you in terms of your BMI, your fat mass, etc., body fat percentage. And the reason why I say that is because if you're adding a lot of fruits to your smoothies and you're doing that a lot, it's not the same as juicing. When you say blending and juicing is different, let me just explain this really quick. Blending, you take everything, you put it into a blender, and you get everything out. That's what this is. When it comes to juicing, they're getting rid of the fiber. You don't want to do juicing because you need that fiber in there. But also realize even when you have a smoothie, that in going through a blender, you're you're breaking down the fiber. It's not the exact same fiber because you're supposed to break it down in your mouth, not in the blender. So the concern is you don't want to get to a point where you are gaining weight because you're taking in a lot of sugar. I like to do a lot more green smoothies. I do. I'm a bigger dude, so slower metabolism. So I don't do smoothies every day. I do smoothies maybe every other day. Um, maybe like I would say 3 or 4 times a week at the most. So yeah, that's a if weight is a concern, then not every day. If weight is not a concern, then hey, go for it. Okay. Uh Righteous Media Group. Bless you too, sir. Have I heard of a supplement called China Brush for sensitivity for tip of the P? Huh, interesting. No, I have not. We're adding that to the list of things to look at. I'm now at the point of taking on any herbal formula that is available. And this is the incredible thing to me, guys. We're in a a great time and a messed up time at the same time. It depends on how you use it. We're at a great time because we get to hear of things called China Brush. I have no idea. I was just introduced to Juano love saying that Juanapo macho, which is they call it the uh, Peruvian Viagra. I just found out about this 6 months ago. 6 months ago, about 3 months ago now, and so we have access to the information. We have access to the shipments to get stuff from overseas, et cetera, et cetera. It's just that our lifestyle is so uh, off that we actually need all this stuff. But it's good that we know where it is, that it's available. So I'm saying find out as much as possible for yourself, because the end result can be, how can I say this clearly without being banned from YouTube? Um, when you're able to pull out, mess up her hair, and go back in. You- If you got what I said, you got what I said. All right. um, so there's levels to this. There's levels to this. Um, so all right, what's going on with my screen here? Mm-hmm. All right, J. Paul, take it easy, man. Glad to have you on. All right. Uh-huh. The liquid knows the tip of the P. All right. So Righteous Media talking about that China brush. I'm gonna look that up, man. I'm gonna look that up. That sounds like a good idea. So, all right, guys, we are reaching time here. Unless there's any other questions, I'm going to bounce. If you have anything for me to talk about in depth, let me know. That's what we're here for. Once again, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell so you get some more of this information. You can go to givegoodwood.com to get any products. We also do have access to Goodwood University and our program ECS 25, all available there, along with the quiz. We have everything for you. Go ahead, go to givegoodwood.com. All right, so there we go for the day, gentlemen. I will see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have a good time talking about some more stuff. So until then, this is Uncle B saying, get your game up and go hard. Peace out.